Okay, we're back, and this time I'm going to teach you something. This is your research process, the second video, and you are all together, I hope, watching this at the Institute for the first time. I think what you want to be able to do when you finish this course, actually by the end of this class, is be able to tell people why you are getting your PhD and have a fairly cogent reason other than you think you're going to make more money, and hopefully you will. But what you're going to be asked, people are going to say, can't you do what you do with your master's degree? And indeed, we can be clinicians, and we often are clinicians. This is an institute for clinical social work. We treat people directly. What we want to be able to do is express why it is that there's value in doing what you're going to be spending probably the next 5 to 7 years, I think. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes at the Institute to get a PhD, but it certainly took me all of 6 at the University of Illinois at Jane Addams. So anyways, one of the answers is that there are many ways of knowing, but that the scientific method has the edge. With the scientific method, we can essentially study some aspect of virtually anything. The world is essentially open to our inquiry when we know how to use the tools to study it. Social workers tend to shy away from research, which will be something unimaginable by the time you finish this course to you, at least I hope so. As professionals, we really do need to understand how research is conducted and how the results of studies become meaningful in order to justify, for example, to see if there's evidence that justifies spending on projects or enough evidence to defend certain policies that will directly affect people. We should also be wondering whether or not our direct practice with people is effective, and with certain tools we can actually do this, evaluate our own work scientifically, research our own effectiveness. There may be a time that an agency you're working for will need to evaluate its own effectiveness, and having a solid understanding of research methodology, knowing how to put together a study, will be worth something. You become an invaluable asset to an agency when you know how to do an evaluation. Sometimes if you're working, of course, for the agency, your evaluation is suspect. So we will be discussing that, whether or not your evaluation is going to be a good one, a valid evaluation, and because I'm sure it would be reliable based on the methods that you'll learn in the class. And if you're interested in changing the world, research enables you to evaluate whether or not laws and social and political agendas are working. And if they're not, you can lobby for change based upon measurable empirical research findings. If they're not, you can lobby for change based upon measurable empirical. I just said that, didn't I? So now you know it for sure. Anyway, finally, you should tell people that it is important to you as a professional to be able to read the latest studies, something that you see in the Wall Street Journal, for example, about a social issue or about treatment in your field or about a finding of someone else's research, and to look at it critically and understand what the statistics really mean, whether or not the findings make any sense. Just because it looks scientific and has a lot of statistics to back it up doesn't necessarily mean that it's good research. Hopefully, by the end of our semesters together, you'll know, or you'll at least know how to find out. I'm going to stop right this minute and see, because I'm not exactly sure how long I've been talking, and like I said, I can only speak for 5 minutes at a time.